mgtow should be taught in schools at about 8th grade, I would say. That's when mgtow should actually, it should be a course study. It should be a full year, maybe 3 or 4 chapters or something like that. It should be a full course study starting at 7th and 8th grade. It really should be, because that's when men are mature enough to understand this content. I mean, you'll learn about female nature when you're in kindergarten, you know. I had girls flirt with me in kindergarten, flirt with me, making fun of me. But you have to be a little bit mature to understand the content. You have to be 14, 15, 16 years old to understand it, kind of. And I think that's why I said 7th, 8th grade, they should start teaching this to young men. You should start teaching them about cyberbullying. That's a big thing. Having safe sex, or basically no sex, is actually celibacy is what they should actually teach. They do teach sex ed, but they should also teach celibacy. And you know, birth control, stuff like that, obviously, especially for the women. And yeah, I think about 7th grade. I think they should teach. I think they should teach mgtow to men and women. Actually, I know mgtow is a lot about men and all that stuff. Men going their own way, got it, but it's also men going their own ways. It's about I wouldn't say it's being antisocial, but it's about having. Like, sometimes you don't have any friends. Sometimes you go to a new school or something like that. You don't have any friends. You know, this happened to me a couple times. You know, I had to move across town. I go to school where I didn't have any friends. And it's easy to be bullied at that point. Or bullied, basically, because you're an outcast. Like, you're not in a group. You know, either with the jocks, or the preps, or the cowboys, or the stoners, or, you know, there's all these cliques. And when you go to a new school, you have nobody, you have no friends. And mgtow, that could help people like that, because it could give outcasts, or people that change schools, or people that don't fit into these cliques exactly. Maybe they're nerds or something like that, and there's, you know, they have problems with being extroverted, and mgtow could help people like that, men or women. You know, mgtow could. I know it's all about men, guys, man, but mgtow knowledge is so valuable that I think it can change the world. I really do. And for just men to say, oh, we're just gonna hoard all this knowledge, man, I think that's kind of messed up, man. But because, like, you know, I have a daughter that's very, very introverted, and mgtow is about being alone, or not being in a relationship, you know, stuff like that. mgtow is about a lot of things. It's hard to actually define mgtow real quickly, and I think autistic kids could learn from mgtow, because, you know, like they're very introverted, you know, they're very standoffish, you know, kids that are introverted, they won't go near crowds, they won't introduce themselves, they don't know how to talk to people, you know, it's. But anyways, mgtow is mostly about men going their own way, of course. Yeah. I think they should teach it in the 7th grade to all students, and they should talk about, you know, hypergamy, Briffault's law. They should talk about all this stuff, because mgtow is. Dude, mgtow is like, the birth rates are declining. Abortion's at an all-time high. You know, women are involved in this shit. They're single mothers, shit like that. They're involved in this shit. Women are part of fucking mgtow. They are. Whether you like to fucking admit it or not, but they're like the problem and shit. Are most of the time they're the problem. But like we need to start teaching women at like 7th grade. Hey, don't be a whore. You know, like don't fucking sleep around. And if you do, use birth control. You know, and fucking choose a good guy, not a fucking crackhead. Because he'll be in prison, and then you'll be a single mother, and then nobody's going to want to date you, and then it's probably going to keep happening. So, we need to teach women that, hey, the reason why men are going their own way, we don't need to teach women mgtow. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need to teach young girls at 7th grade, 8th grade, we need to teach them why mgtow exists, why it is for men, and why their mothers and shit are like kind of to blame for that, and they don't need to fucking do that. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. You guys hit me back in the comments, man. Maybe I'm way off base here. But I think we should tell girls when they're like 7th grade, like, hey, you're going to be a crazy cat lady. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be, you know, you're going to have like 10 baby daddies. You know, if you don't fucking straighten up, man, you got to break the cycle. You know, I could have been like my father. I could have been abusive. I could have, you know, hit my kids and been very, very extremely abusive to my kids. I could have done that. But I broke the cycle. I didn't do that to my kids. And these girls that are growing up now, they don't need to be like their mothers. They don't need to sleep with hundreds of guys. They don't need to be whores. Why? Because they're in college, they need to be a whore? Like, what the fuck, man? What is that bullshit? Like, no, women need to fucking... Men have a lot of issues and a lot of problems, and so do women. But to say mgtow is only about men, dude... Yeah, it is about men, but... It's because nobody's educating the women either, man, so... And if you're a father... and your daughter goes up to be a fucking whore or a stripper or a porn star, bro, you fucked up. Alright? And if you're mgtow and you did all that bullshit, or your fucking daughter grows up and listens to you until you fucked up, man. She has fucking 5 baby daddies. You're a father? You're mgtow? No, bro, you're not mgtow. That's not mgtow. No, you fucked up, bro, as a leader. As a father, you fucked up, man. You fucked up big time because you already knew all this knowledge. And you didn't even fucking teach shit. And I have a daughter. She's 8. And I will not let that happen. Hit me up, guys. Maybe I'm way off on this, but men, you can't just say all men are the problem with mgtow. Like, it's not just all us, dude. Like, but only the men that know about this knowledge now, that have kids, boys and girls, and wives, or whatever, no wives, or they're single, they're monks. But it's up. Only men have the knowledge, right? Follow me here. I'm gonna finish this video. But if we do not teach this knowledge to other people, then if we just hoard this knowledge, we don't share it with people, with the community, with others, with our friends, you know, or our children. If we don't share this information, we don't pass it on, then it'll get lost, and it'll be selfish. I think it'll be selfish. That's all I got. Peace, guys.